Alright, so peep game, right? Couple days ago, I was kicking it with my honey bunches, and we were talking about. He had this idea. We were actually sitting on a train platform, and he was saying, the aesthetic was very indicative of a scene that he would like to write a play for, like a one scene, one act, one scene, one act production. And he was like, yeah, but I'm going to have to do it later. And I'm like, later when? Later why? He walked me through uh, the characters. He like gave them all different profiles, talked about, this person's background, that person's background, really set the scene where this person's coming from, where this person's on their way to. He described the weather that could be outside, what type of music would be scored behind it. And when he said that he couldn't like write the play right now, I'm like, well, why can't you write the play right now? What's stopping you? He's like, well, I wouldn't have the resources to put together a play. I don't know the first thing about putting together a play. And I'm like, well, isn't your job to just create the thing? And by create the thing, I mean just write down, put the ideas on paper, what you had just told me, but really flesh it out and take your time with it. And then I had to think about it, like how much time we spend talking ourselves out of the ideation process. We spend so much time taking ourselves out of the creative element, because I think that just in the year of our Lord, we are so inundated with having to be all the things, having to publish the art, in its most perfect, honest, purest form, but we overwhelm ourselves and we take ourselves out of the creative element when we think about the execution of the product as opposed to just creating the product. Like, you don't have to think about, actors casting for the play. You don't have to think about, what theater, what venue you're going to have this play at. You don't have to think about, funding for it, costumes and all that. You don't have to think about anything other than putting yourself in the creative element of allowing your imagination to bring this thing from your head to the page. That's it. So the message I guess I want to leave is not to take yourself out of your creative element. Allow yourself to really bask in the ideation phase. Okay?